The scourge of attacks on African national immigrants has raised its ugly head again. Over the last 2 weeks, incidents of widespread looting of foreign-owned shops in and around Johannesburg and face-offs between South Africans and their fellow African neighbours have been headlining. More serious than the damage to property has been the tainting of South Africa's image across the world in general and Africa specifically. The mantra, sports transcends divisions and sports unites, is as true now as it has ever been. With me to talk a little more about this is Julian De La Hunt, performance coach and senior partner at Eye to Eye. Julian, it's been a long while since you and I spoke, not because there wasn't reason, but because we really didn't get the opportunity. Thanks so much for coming through.
Only a pleasure. Good to be on the show again, Kendal.
Now, this is very good. Julian, what do you make of the fact that Johannesburg at some point was turned into a bit of a war zone, Jeppes-Town, Rosettenville, and how has it affected some of the people that you've been working with, some of the athletes that you've been working with from across the continent?
So I think, what's been happening is really fueled on by large amounts of anger, depression, anxiety, a lack of direction generally in the country. Now, without going in that direction, what it's done for the athletes we work with is created high levels of anxiety when and if they need to travel into Africa. Even into Europe, they're starting to feel the pressure of being labelled by external competitors as, well, you're the South Africans that are currently not playing nicely.
Considering right now we've got under 20 AFCON on the go, we've got Amajita performing, they were performing reasonably well until they lost their match against Senegal. But with that said, they've left South Africa, they're playing on the continent. It must be really tough for those players to get out of their hotel room.
Well, yeah, I think less from a safety point of view and more from that anxiety that's being built up, that fear of what they're going to be or the fear that they're going to be finding when they arrive in the country that they're playing in. So, they're being labelled, as I said. They feel that this is not really what speaks to South Africans in general. We're finding that 90% probably plus of South Africans definitely don't feel this way about foreigners or entering our country or living within our borders. Our athletes are travelling around the world on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. They're spending plenty of time competing around the world and specifically in Africa, and they know that they wouldn't want to be treated the way that we're currently treating those who are native and living in our country.
Julian, just recently we had the opportunity to speak to Hendrik Ramal, a South African long-distance running legend, former Olympian, the winner of the New York Marathon, and let's have a listen to what he had to say.
Fellow South Africans, as you are aware by now, there has been attacks on foreign nationals in some parts of our country. This has damaged the reputation of our country. I urge all of you to go out there and spread the message of love, peace, tolerance, and Ubuntu.
Now, very interesting that, it seems like a mantra that's been going on, like a theme that actually runs across, is that the experiences that South African athletes have on the continent are very different to the experience being meted out to foreign nationals by fellow South Africans.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it, Kendal. We're wanting to try and create this. We work in the world of positive psychology, and we're trying to create positivity around what we're telling our athletes. It's one thing going out there in robust conditions, facing fierce competitors. And to do it under these circumstances really adds additional pressures to athletes that really shouldn't be there. Many of them are youngsters and really starting out their careers, and to have this added tag is really an unfair statement on most of our athletes.
Now, one of the things that has started happening is that a lot of people have come out in opposition to the violence, in opposition to the making feel unwelcome African immigrants in South Africa. We've got sports people, a whole bunch of sports people that have come out and actually added their voice and added their weight, their status to us saying no to xenophobia. Let's have a listen to what some EFC athletes have had to say.
Hello guys, this is the Montpana EFC Bantamweight champion. Just like to say that it's important for us Africans to unite and be against xenophobia.
Hi, I'm JP Bays, current EFC Worldwide Flyweight Champion, and I say no to xenophobia.
I'm Don Magic Man Match, #1 lightweight contender, and I say no to xenophobia.
Hi guys, it's Temba Gorimbo here, EFC waterweight and lightweight contender. Love and peace is for Africa. We must be together, to say no to xenophobia.
Hi, I'm Shana Power, EFC flyweight athlete, and I say no to xenophobia.
Hi guys, my name is Frenchie, EFC athlete, against xenophobia.
This initiative of actually bringing athletes' voices to weigh in on the matter, very interesting that you've started with one of our colleagues here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you and Melanie have been up to with regards to that?
Well, again, so we work in this world and live in this world of positive psychology. So we're trying to flip this tag of the negativity around xenophobia, and we're saying, let's unite. We've seen it time and time again in South Africa and around the world that sport unites. So we've purposefully set out and started with our sports stars. Those are heroes that are in the making. Those are heroes that have already been created and established, and allow those sporting heroes to almost become the ambassadors for this movement going forward. From there, we're going to move into musicians. We're going to move into prominent business people, politicians, etc. We believe that it's time for every single South African to stand up, put their hand up and be counted, and really take on a leadership role, whether it's within their own small environment, their family life, in the businesses that they run or are part of, and really stand up against xenophobia and xenophobic attacks. Because really, as Africans, there's a bigger picture. Yeah, we're a phenomenal continent. We really should be driving high performance. We should be driving, unity. We really have the ability and potential to do that. So we're our own worst enemies from time to time.
Now, talking about brand names and people with status that we already know, let's have a listen to what some of the athletes that you already know of and would be asking for autographs from have got to say about the same matter.
Hi, I'm Julian De La Hunt, captain of Banyana, and our stance against xenophobia. All forms of discrimination is wrong. Remember, we might all be different, but we're all equal. We are human. So what you do and say to others says a lot about who you really are. So say no to xenophobia.
I'm Neil Cornelius. I'm a coach here at Tuks Athletics, and I coach Livermore Nyanga to a silver medal at the Rio Olympics. And I'm against xenophobia.
Hi, I'm Kendal Makgamathe, current cricket player for Gauteng Strikers, taking a stance against xenophobia. Remember, we might all be different. However, the beauty of our country lies in our differences. Therefore, let us strive to treat one another as equals so that we can grow as a nation. And let us unite and say no to xenophobia.
Julian, I want to thank you so much for having come through. I think this is definitely an initiative worth jumping on board with, and I think it's really important that all South Africans take part in this thing that we're trying to do, as in educate ourselves, get ourselves to think out of the box and think bigger than what just meets the eye. That we are all the same, and there's a lot more to human life than what's been happening more recently in the JP's towns and Rosettenvilles.
Absolutely, and obviously what we're doing is we're encouraging people to jump onto the hashtags, to forward it, to share it as far as they possibly can around social media. We want to create a movement of positivity and of change here.
There you have it, positivity and change, that's what we're looking for. Julian De La Hunt, a senior partner at i2i, and also, you heard it first right here on Newsroom, the start of a brand new hashtag about making things good as South Africans and Africans.
Hello there, Eddie Lear here, Busy Buffaloes player and Proteas cricketer, and I am against xenophobic attacks. Stop it.